And we have, again, the same 5 maps that will be played today. We're starting with Easy Life. Easy Life, not an easy map at all, especially on this level where players have to push it with that very unique ending. Yeah, Tween has the world record here actually. A 52.96 has beaten a Barbos time that he has set 7 days ago. So it seems that he is really ready, Tween, and also Barbos. And also one bonus factor for Barbos and Tween, because they're coming from the winner bracket, they have 10 and 6 bonus points. So that's something that we see in, or have seen in a lot of competitions when there was a double elimination bracket. So that's really cool. It's not a huge difference, but of course it is not something that you should neglect at the end of the day, because 10 points are not too bad, let's say like that. So 10 points for Barbos, 6 points for Tween, because Barbos has won the winner bracket final and Tween got second during this one. Yeah, the other players have qualified throughout the consolidation final. But I'm quickly going to explain the format to you, because maybe you are not familiar with that. There's no point loss, no point multiplier or something like that. We play 5 maps with 5 rounds, 1 warm-up beforehand, and then in cup mode. So players collect points throughout all of those maps, and you play till a point of 120 points, and the first, or like the players who have surpassed that point number will activate finest mode, and with that they have to win 1 more round in order to get either first, second, or third. But let's go into the first round here on Easy Life by Kisla. Ratchet with a very good start. Feed, Barbos, and Tween not too far behind. That is a very good round already to start it all off with. Ratchet still leading the race. Feed with a great line coming back, but Ratchet with a better apex of that turn. Tween with a mistake, as well as Barbos. So the fight is on between Feed and Ratchet here, as Ratchet gets a way wide line here. Maybe accumulates a lot of speed. That is looking really good, almost touching the checkpoint, so he had to release. So we will not play a role against that battle for first, but Feed also not with the best line. So Ratchet in that first position again, but also making a mistake. So 3 out of those 4 players have made a mistake. Tween ahead of Barbos, and Feed with only a 53.625. Yeah, world record is a 52.96, but it is Feed who is the only player who has survived at the end of the day and gets himself that first 10 points. Okay, there we go. So I think that the Tween for me is, seeing the local records and stuff, one of the clear favorites. He is top 2 on every map, top 3 on Coral, and first on this one. But of course, Tween has not won that first round and will also not do the win the second round, because he has made another mistake. So Tween behind again. Ratchet, however, is still batting out here for that first position against Barbos and Feed, as Ratchet gets a very aggressive line over that one. He wanted to minimize the distance traveled way too much there, and also here not with the best approach, so he is making that mistake in this corner again. Unfortunate to see that, and now it will be Barbos taking home that round victory, even though Feed has a tiny tad more speed. Barbos with a 53.31 in first, Feed behind that, then Ratchet and Tween after that mistake on P number 4, so only getting 3 points. So there you can see the bonus points come into play. You kind of see that Barbos and Tween have gotten themselves a head start, but Feed has already overtaken Tween here, as Ratchet falling a bit behind, not really matching the pace here. And of course, bear in mind, it's only the top 3 that are getting prize money. 450 euro for first place, then 200 for second, and 100 euro for third position. But let's go into the next round, round number 3 out of 5 on Easy Life by Kisla. Yeah, a map that has also been submitted to other competitions, if I was recalling it correctly, but still a very good map. So too bad that this one has been declined, but I think there are also some swaps that he has made, of course, with the logos, with the billboards and stuff like that. But let's focus on this round. Tween with a very good line. Look at the speed from Tween into the lead he goes. He actually made up 1.1 of a second. So this shows that the 4 times runner-up of the World Cup, or of the 4 times runner-up of the World Champion, is doing a great job. So very nice ending from Tween here, getting himself that first 10-pointer in that match. Barbos on second, Ratchet on third, and then we have Feed behind. So Ratchet again not with the best amount of points, only third and fourth for him thus far. Okay, into the next round we go. Round number 4 out of 5. And Ratchet really has to do something. He has to get second or even first position to not fall majorly behind. Of course, Feet has also gotten a good start, but Barbos and Tween with that head start are still leading. This will be quite relative at the end of the match, but right now, it is just what it is. 10 and 6 points are a lot. But Ratchet is getting in really nicely. Into the lead he goes, together with his landsman, Barbos. So they are fighting it out for first. Feet is also not too far behind, as Tween has made a small blunder, but still only 0.2 away. Ratchet with a great line, but didn't get as much speed as Barbos and Feet, who are in the lead. Also, Tween gets it really good here. So Barbos between Feet here for that ending part, as Feet gets it really good, but Barbos didn't release and got the better approach here. So 0.28 for Barbos. But that was definitely a great fight between them. So Feet in second, then Ratchet on third, and Tween on P4, only 0.2 of a second between them. So they are really excelling it here. And Barbos with 40 points. That is incredible from Barbos at the moment. So he has gotten 10 bonus points, but also 30 out of 40 possible points. That is pretty good here. So he shows why he is coming from that winner bracket and has actually won it. But now he has made a mistake. So Barbos will not battle out for first or second place. It will be the other three players, as Tween is leading, Ratchet is behind, and then we have Feet on third place, but not too far behind. But he didn't get the best approach there, so he is 0.2 away from Ratchet and Tween. But Tween also had a very, very good ending section here. Look at that. Again, a good approach here from Tween, accumulating so much speed over that corner, which can be quite hard, especially because you have to tailor yourself just very, very tightly throughout those corners, especially in that ending. But Tween with a great time here, a 53.29. Again, a 2x time to win the round. Feet behind. Then we have Ratchet and Barbos on P3 and 4, and Feet ahead of them, of the German players. So Tween coming a bit closer, and Ratchet with 19 points out of 5 rounds. That is an average below 5 points. No, below 4 points, of course, because 20 divided by 5 is 4. Quick math, guys. Quick maths. There we go. Okay, there we go. Next map is coming up. It is Smooth Criminal by Roxy. A very good, but also the longest map. So a lot of things can happen here. But again, we have one warm-up before we're gonna start. World record is a 105.36 by Barbos, the shift driver. So Barbos has, I think, one world record now, because Feet has one, Barbos has one, then Feet, Megorian, and Tween, who has beaten Barbos just before the match has started an hour ago. So Tween has maybe practiced the maps, but also play like Tween doesn't even need so much practice in order to play good. He is so experienced, he's like one of the veterans out of the Trackmania community. And of course he will play the Trackmania Grand League afterwards, and where I'm wishing him all the best. Of course, I said in the podcast, that was like my prediction, that maybe Tween and also Ratchet, I'm saying already, Scrappy will not be that motivated for the Trackmania Grand League, because Tween right now is on that last place, but he is definitely not on last here. He's the runner-up right now in this match behind Barbos. But of course, there was that head start, and now we're gonna go on to Smooth Criminal. A quite smooth map, but if you lose your line here, it will be very hard for you to come back. But let's go ahead into this one, into the first round. Again, we have 5 live rounds, and the points will be transferred from that prior map. You can see it on the, just ahead of the banner that I have implemented. So let's see. Feet with a very good start. Tween is behind. Then we have Ratchet, 0.16 away. Right now not matching the pace, but getting a really good approach here. Gathering as much speed as possible. Also here it's very important to get yourself a good line over that part. It can be very hard to do, as Feet and also Tween have made a mistake. So a little bit between both of the German players, Barbos and Ratchet, are on P1 and 2. Barbos with a very good line there. That was very nice. And Ratchet is not really keeping up with that as he is 0.2 away and also making a mistake there, pulling the tween. Tween has made that mistake in the warm-up, but Tween still nowhere to be seen. So quite huge gaps between the players in that first round on Smooth Criminal. Also this corner, it was Ratchet making a lot of mistakes yesterday. I hope he has fixed that, but Barbos only has to survive the ending. So let's take a look. He will do so indeed. A 105.76. Then we have Feed being 1.1 second behind. Ratchet getting third here. No, actually fourth. It's only 3 points for him. And 4 points for Tween. Still being ahead of Feed. Yeah. But yeah, Ratchet only 22 points. Only 22 points for Ratchet. Yeah, that is not too good for him. Not the best start, as he is almost... He's more than 30 points behind Barbos here. This is not good for Ratchet. But let's go into the next round here, as Tween also didn't get the best start alongside with Ratchet. But Ratchet is excelling himself up into that third position. Also Feed here again with a mistake in this corner. Barbos again leading the race. No one who is contesting him, but just when I was talking about that, it is Ratchet going to the lead because Barbos has made a mistake, had to readjust his line and clip the hole. So it is Ratchet right now leading, Tween on second place, Barbos on third, batting now with Feed for the 4 points. But let's focus on the battle for the big boy points here. Ratchet versus Tween. Ratchet still leading the race, not making a mistake, getting that nosedive here. Great approach, but Tween with more speed into the ending. Ratchet maybe saving it a bit too much, but there's still one more slide to go. Tween is risking it, and Tween overtakes Ratchet there with a very, very nice ending, an earlier finish. And even though it was Ratchet feeling very confident, it is him only getting 6 points in this round. And that was very, very good from him to go back into the match, but that was not enough. So that was a great snipe there indeed from Tween. Yeah, the 4 times runner-up from Slovakia. The Slovakian powerhouse has maybe the greatest mentality that I've ever seen from a Trackmania player. He's always positive and is always having a good mindset. Like, you can't compare him with the experience towards a player like Marius, yeah, who is just also like very focused, a very unpleasant opponent to play against because he just knows how to play in cup mode. And Tween is doing it really nice here as well, being in second place behind Barbos, who of course also had the bonus points. Tween going so close there to the wall. It is Barbos leading the race, and we have Tween who is still on that second place, but Barbos not with the best line there as well, traveling more distance, had to steer in a bit later. So it's the fight between Barbos and Tween who are leading the race. 57 versus 52 points. Will Tween come closer, or will Barbos extend his lead? As Barbos gets a really good approach over that part as well. Was super risky again. Just a breather for him to not touch the wall, and Barbos will take it here with a great time. Look at that, a 105.58. That is a good time from Barbos. Oh, okay, that was my cast. Just wanted to write some zeros, but good time there, and a great round between Barbos and Tween, and thus it is Barbos extending his lead here to 67 points, and we have 58 points for Tween, who's also running away from both Feed and Ratchet. So Tween definitely can keep up with the pace from Barbos, who looks really strong on those maps. But of course, the point limit is 120, so nothing set in stone here. Unless one player has won that last round, everything can and eventually will happen throughout Trackmania matches. We have seen it in the first Gamers Assembly of this year, in the qualifier, in the round between Ratchet, Feed, Razor, and also Gwen. Yeah, with all those mistakes, everyone can win it at the end. Nothing has been decided until the last corner, but right now the fight is on. Here for that first position, we have Barbos and Feed. Feed being ahead, so he can maybe survive a bit, or he can maybe come back, retain himself into the lead as Barbos gets a really good approach. But Feed is still not over here. He's not out, and he will still get sniped. And another great time here from Barbos. Great round, a 105.66 and a .685 from Feed, not being enough for him to take home that round victory. So Barbos on fire at the moment, extending his lead even further. 15 points, redeeming himself as the favorite. Okay, last round on this one. Barbos definitely looking really strong. But of course, as I said, everything can and eventually will happen in Trackmania. Ratchet 34 points, falling majorly behind. 16 points behind Feet, who has also gotten a good round. Of course, not getting that first position, but still got himself more points compared towards the others. The others, I mean, Tween and Ratchet. But right now, Ratchet again, not with the best start here. I mean, it's not a bad start, but Barbos, Tween, and Feet are just so fast. So Ratchet is 0.2 away here. Look at that, 0.21.3. And we have a great fight for that first position. That last round on Smooth Criminal by Roxy. Who's gonna get that? Feet with a different alignment, traveling more distance. And thus, it is a Tween and Barbos extending their leads. And also a good line over that section. Now the nosedive here, where you want to, yeah, just set up your turn for that previous one, or for the next one, and it's Barbos actually getting first with a 0.61, Ratchet on second, and Feet on third. And then we have Tween behind, who is indeed turning to the finish. So this is wicked indeed. Tween with the turtle skills as well. But what a great round here to end it all off with on Smooth Criminal. Not only a good song by Michael Jackson, but also a nice Trackmania map by Roxy. I'm not sure if Barbos has won 5 out of 5 rounds. I have not really... Maybe 37 points. I think he has gotten second place in 1 round, if I was recalling it correctly. I think he has gotten second place in 1 round, or third or something. But has not won all rounds. If my memory is telling me the right thing, and that can of course trick you. So we have Surrey Millsap by Clem that will be played as the next map. World record is at 58.824 by Feed, who's of course also in the grand final. Then Tween is behind 19 thousandths of a second. This map has a very interesting ending as well, and this one feels like a Clem map. Clem has also built one map. I think it was Humble Forest in the other Gamers Assembly map pack that was played in the summer edition, and also in the Gamers Assembly 2021 that was held in the first quarter of this year, and then had the final in the second quarter, if I was recalling it correctly. So he has built that map, and this map really feels like that as well, kind of. So Clem really has an identity when it comes to mapping, let's say like that, which is nothing bad, of course, but it's very cool to see him also giving us a map that has been chosen for this map pack. So there's the safe finish. The risky finish is down there. No one is going for that, but you're gonna see that in the live match. Okay, first round is coming up on Surrey Millsap. Tween with a good start, but Barbos went way tighter than him, so he is leading the race. Ratchet falling behind. Also Barbos here with a no slide, getting a slide from a tiny jump there. So Barbos down to P4, Ratchet overtaking him, but the fight for first is still going on between Feed and Tween here. Feed, of course, one of the newcomers into the tech scene, but has really redeemed himself as one of the best tech drivers out there. But just when I was praising him, he makes that mistake, was still able to save it, but he is still on second place with that even. So Feed on second, then we have Barbos and Ratchet behind, and Tween on first. Let's follow Tween here. Let's follow Tween's POV as Feed has made another mistake, but let's take a look onto the time that he is doing. Will he go for the risky finish? An experienced player would not do that, but Tween feels confident, and he does a 59.347, not the fastest time that we have seen on this map. Doing the world record on this map, as I already said beforehand, is a 58.824, so 0.5 away. A lot of mistakes have happened, but that was actually a great round between Barbos and Feet, and also it was Ratchet only getting 3 points in this round, so he maybe has to excel himself up a bit into the scoreboard, because he's already 50 points behind the leader. And again, there's only the top 3 who is getting prize money here. Only the top 3 running away with the cash prize. 450 euro for first, 200 for second, and 100 euro for that third place. I hope that my voice holds, because actually my throat is very sore, but hey, it should be all fine. Yeah, as Ratchet makes that first mistake, and he's down to P4. Feed, Barbos, and Tween on 1, 2, and 3. Feet gets a really good approach there, but Barbos is not slowing down, as you can see here. Still in that fight for first position. Also Feet now with the best approach here by the looks of it, but goes very risky inside there, which is a very hard line to tail your car through, as Feet is extending his lead, but Barbos with an inside line here. But of course then the ending will be harder, and Feet will get it with a 59.09. And then we have Barbos behind 500s, and it's also Tween who has made a mistake and only gets himself 3 points. But definitely a great round. Too bad that Tween has made that mistake at the ending, but already 21 points of a gap here from first to second. That is quite a lot and shows how dominant the performance from Barbos is. Also excluding the bonus points, because with bonus points he would still be leading with more than 10 points. Okay, round number 3 is coming up. Round number 13 in total, as we have Feet leading, Barbos is behind, and then we have Tween on 3rd place. Ratchet again with a mistake, so he is not really feeling well here on this map, and falling tremendously behind here, getting another 3-pointer. Maybe he can snipe one position when someone makes a mistake, but right now it's not the case here. Everyone is getting the lines across here, but one mistake has happened here for Barbos, as Feet wins that round, almost clipping the ramp, and a 59.12 is enough for him to take it. Then we have Tween with a .20. Barbos still staying ahead of Ratchet, who is again getting only last place, coming up to 50 points. But look at that, 53 points of a gap between first and last position. That is very, very much. Okay, the next round comes into play. Round 4 out of 5 is coming up, as Barbos, Feet, and Tween are on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And look who has made another mistake here. It is Ratchet. I think he didn't even get himself a top 2 placement on this map, which is quite unfortunate though, but of course it can happen. Of course also now Tween has made a mistake, so Ratchet can capitalize from that, but still he needs either a 1st or 2nd place, but a 1st place will be so important for Ratchet here. And right now this is not the case. Barbos on 1st, Feet on 2nd, and Barbos also extending his lead here. Not quite though, but getting a better apex over that one. So look at the speed here from Barbos, .2 ahead, but he makes that mistake. Barbos is inting the ending, also messed up the respawn. So Ratchet actually getting himself that 2nd place, Tween on 3rd, and Barbos from 1st to last. But hey, I respect that risk, because he was on a very good time. He was on a sub 59 time, which is of course the equivalent of the 5th world record here. So Barbos was on PB pace even. A 58.99 is his PB, and he was .2 ahead, and the winning time was a .15. So if you do the maths, also Barbos had more speed, then Barbos would have driven a, I would say a .93, 94, something like that. So I respect that. Drake for Barbos here, who can also afford to not win a round, because he is still more than 10 points ahead. Yeah. So now Feet has made that 1st mistake. Ratchet and Tween are batting out for that 1st position, but there's one player who is gatekeeping that, by the name of course, Barbos, who is right now almost .1 ahead of Tween and Ratchet, but they are not slowing down. They're excelling themselves up, but Ratchet over the best line here, seeing it a bit too early, maybe drifting a bit too much, as Barbos still leads the round. Tween with a great approach here over that one. Good apex here from the Slovakian play, and Tween again with a great ending, sniping that 1st position. Barbos on 2nd, then Ratchet on 3rd, and Feet only getting 3 points here. But yeah, well, it is looking very good here for Barbos and Tween to take home 1st and 2nd. But of course, there is still the finest mode left. So we are playing to the point of 120 points. And that means that you have to either reach that on the dot or surpass that. It doesn't matter. Yeah, if you have 128 points after the round, or 122 points if Barbos would win a round now. It doesn't matter, you just have to surpass it and then win one more round to claim either 1st, 2nd, or 3rd place, which is of course the prize, yeah, in this one. So we're not playing for the top 2, because top 3 is getting something and no one is getting eliminated in the grand final, of course. because every player will just play this match. Yeah. Now we have Coral, maybe even being the decider here for Barbos, who is leading the race. Very dominant performance thus far from the German driver for four-wheeled, or also for shift. Yeah, he has the four-wheeled skin. Yeah, that's the shift tag. So let's see what he can do on this map by Deska and also Anisato. World record is a 57.58. Feed was very strong here on this one. Feed was very, very strong. But right now, Feed is more than 20 points away. But he can still make something happen for that. Actually, I didn't know that there is a safe finish, actually. Because no one is going for that one. As you can see there on the right side from Feed. But I think this is the chance for Feed to get himself some good points. Because his ending was so strong yesterday. As well as today, maybe. Let's take a look. As I have to open my water bottle. Whew. I hope my voice will hold. I hope it will hold today. So let's go ahead and check it out. As we have a great round into our hands here. Barbos, Ratchet, Feed in the top 3. But then we also have Tween, who is not that far behind. Great display of skill here. Tween with a great approach. They're almost touching the wall. And Tween now with the first mistake. Followed up by also Ratchet, who is going into the wall. So that was a bonk from 2 players there in one corner. Barbos between Feed for that first position. Let's take a look who's gonna get that. I was telling you beforehand, Feed was looking super strong on this map. He is still leading the race. He can of course deny the finest mode towards Barbos, and Feed will do so indeed. Good approach here, and Feed will get it with a 58.10. That is a good time here on this map, concerning that the ending can just gain or lose here a lot of time. So great job from Feed here, denying the finest mode to Barbos. And also thank you, Marius, so much for the raid. Hello, you guys just joined in time. We have the grand final of the Gamers Assembly 2021 Halloween edition, which is a tag tournament with a prize pool of €750. So guys, make sure to check out Marius as well. And thank you so much again for the raid. I really appreciate that. So let's take a look who takes it home. As we have Ratchet, Barbos, and Tween, who are alive. Feed is away. And it will be Barbos who will eventually get himself finest mode here. Regardless where he is finishing, it doesn't matter if he is first, second, third, or fourth. He is at 118 points, so a 3-pointer is sufficient for him. But of course, he can deny points to someone like Tween, who could excel himself up to 112 points, and we could maybe see a double finest situation here. Ratchet, of course, has not really gotten himself into the match because he's almost 40 points away from the other players, as Tween gets a really good ending, the first sub 58 from Tween, and that was important for him. He's up to 112 points, and good luck to Barbos, who is a finalist now and can walk away with the cash prize. But Tween, of course, has shown that he is ready. We see 2 times actually below the 58 barrier. Okay, let's go into the next one. Into the next round we go. Feed, Ratchet, and Tween are right now leading the race. Ratchet, of course, 66 points, almost 40 points behind the cash prize, behind Feed here. And this is not good for Ratchet, because he looked very strong yesterday, also in that consolidation final, and also in the winner bracket final, where he was, of course, demoting. He had a chance, but still, right now, it's not looking like that he will go away with some cash prize. And also here, the players are ahead of him. But of course, let's focus on Barbos, because he is finalist and he's right now leading the race. Tween is behind, as well as Feed. Tween with a mistake. Let's take a look into the ending from Feed here. Will he snipe Barbos the victory? Will he do that? Feed with a good approach, goes very inside, and Feed will actually get that. Feed with a good ending section and another sub 58 time. Barbos not taking it home here, and Feed up to 115 points. Tween not finalist just yet, and that was a very important snipe for Feed, because everyone can still take it home, and I smell a triple finalist situation here, because Feed's ending is very, very strong. Yeah? That was very nice from Feed there indeed. Tween has made that first mistake, the Slovakian powerhouse. And also Barbos, we won't have a winner here. Will Tween get that second place that he's in need of? Else he will get that face slap. And also Ratchet here in the mix maybe can get himself that first place eventually and go up to 80 points himself, because that's what he is in need of. Goes over that beam part, almost clipping. Very risky line. A lot of speed accumulated here from Ratchet. Feet is still leading the race, and Feet is looking great. He, of course, has qualified to the Gamers Assembly Grand Final as well. That was taking place this year. So Feet is showing us that he is very experienced and also has beaten Ratchet there. But right now, Ratchet with a great ending, Feet with a more inside approach. Let's take a look onto Ratchet. Does he have more speed? Ratchet actually sniping it. Great ending, finishing more to the left, and Ratchet with more speed. But still, Feet is finalist. And now we have a double final situation for that first place. 450 euro on the line for first. Feet versus Barbos, and Tween is at 119 points. Ratchet at 80 points, so still good, but he makes that mistake, and now it's Tween who can deny, or who has to deny, both Feet and Barbos. So a very, very hard task here for Tween, but he makes that mistake. Tween with a mistake, so it's Feet versus Barbos here for that first place. Who will win the Gamers Assembly 2021 Halloween edition and walk away with 450 euro? Right now it's Barbos excelling himself up to that first place. Feet is not too far behind, but he had to release. He is 0.2 away and counting. Look at that speed from Barbos, so Barbos leading, but there's of course still the ending for the German Trackmania player. Yeah, he looked very strong. He was finalist as the first player, and now he can take it home after not closing it out in the rounds beforehand. Barbos is leading the race. He's 0.3 ahead, and it's looking very good. Barbos will take home the victory. Gamers Assembly 2021, the Halloween edition, has its winner. We have Barbos taking it home, and with that, a cash prize of 450 euro. And if you ask me, that was well deserved. GG's for Barbos. GG. Very nice. Very, very nice for Barbos here. I just have to say that. Good performance. Deserved victory, and we still play it out for second and third place. So nice match here from Barbos. Only struggling to close it out, but even that you cannot call struggling. Having the upper hand over Feed. And we still played out for second place. So we could only have 2 more rounds. But still Ratchet can make a comeback. Yeah, for third position. Those things can always happen. Of course, point limit is 120 points. And Tween and Feet are already in finals mode. Ratchet still has to get himself that, where he has to win now 4 rounds in a row. It is possible. So never say never. But it will be very hard, because this is not the best map for Ratchet. As the world record on Spirit Tomb, which is my favorite map actually out of this map pack, is a 57.70 by Megorian, who has been eliminated by Ratchet here. So I think Ratchet is underestimating himself, because he looked very strong. We had a very close round yesterday for that last spot on the Grand Final, and it was Ratchet taking it home together with Feet, who got first in the consolidation final. And then Barbos and Tween, of course, have qualified throughout the winner bracket final. So they had a longer break. Well, let's take a look in that first round here. We see Feet making that first mistake, got a no slide, and it is Ratchet leading the race. So Ratchet also wants to have a saying here, but didn't get it so well here this turn. Really important to get yourself some speed, and Tween is actually leading the race with a 0.3 gap. This is looking really good for the Slovakian powerhouse, as if this is his first finals attempt, and he can already close it out. Yeah, no one is actually behind. 1.6 seconds, and Tween can walk away with a good cash prize here of 200 euro, which is still quite a lot for a second position. So nice seeing that. And it is Tween who just has to survive the ending. The ending is not too hard, so Tween will take it. GG's. And the second place goes to Slovakia. So Tween also being the runner-up of this event. But he will be quite happy about that, I can tell you for sure, because Tween has always a good mentality. GG's to him. So the winner bracket is getting first and second place, and we still play it out for third position, as it is even Ratchet not finishing the race. So that is unfortunate. Of course, that doesn't matter if he gets 3rd position there. So now Feed versus Ratchet for that last spot. 100 euro is on the line for that position. So Feed with a great apex here. It is Ratchet who is falling a bit behind, but actually gets a good line over that one. So Ratchet not quite, he is not out of this one just yet. Of course, now it's really important that he just holds his composure. Of course, we have seen a great grand final between the Feed, Ratchet, and then also Pack and Carl Jr. in the Gamers Assembly this year, where Feed was having the upper hand and got himself that bronze medal behind Carl Jr. and Pack. Yeah, and Ratchet only with P number 4, so maybe he wants to take revenge as Ratchet leads the race, but makes... Okay. Okay, Ratchet. I think he has just completely thrown that match away, and it is Feed taking the bronze medal. Wow. That was quite anticlimactic, I have to say, on this map. Too bad. Oh man, so Ratchet not with a good performance here, and we have our top 3. We have Barbos taking home the victory, then Tween on 2nd place, and we get Feed on 3rd position. So cash prize again, 450, 200, and then 100 euro. So GG's to the players. His mentality was down indeed. He has had it there, but that wasn't the case. Still GG's though, and I'm gonna rest my voice now, because I still have 3 more casts to go today.